Let's be honest. If you're a first-time, career-driven mom, you probably expected maternity leave to be a little chaotic. But you also thought it might be a soft landing, a pause, time to heal, maybe a breather between two identities. But here you are, leaking, scrolling, pacing with the baby at 2 in the morning, wondering, how is this supposed to be the rest part? I've worked with thousands of women in the postpartum period. And if there's one thing I can tell you with certainty, it's this. Working moms are given the least time, the most pressure, and the fewest truths about what maternity leave actually looks like. Today, I want to walk through 5 things you deserve to know. Not to scare you, but to steady you. To name what's real, so you don't have to question your own experience while everyone else pretends this part is fine. You wake up sore. You've slept maybe 4 hours, split into 30-minute chunks. Your breasts are aching. Your incision or stitches are burning. And someone hands you a form asking if you are enjoying your time off. We've dressed maternity leave up as if it's a sabbatical, but it's not. It's medical recovery without the rest, full-time caregiving without the backup, and a daily effort to make something invisible feel manageable. The US is one of the only industrialized countries that treats postpartum recovery as optional. Most leave is unpaid or barely protected. What that means is moms are off from work but never off duty. They're managing pain, healing wounds, regulating hormones, troubleshooting feeding, and trying to bond with a baby who hasn't learned day from night. When the world expects maternity leave to feel relaxing, moms feel like they're doing something wrong when they're exhausted, foggy, or resentful. But the truth is, you are in survival mode, without acknowledgement, resources, or recovery time that matches what your body and mind actually needs. You are not weak for feeling tired. You're not lazy for not being productive. You are doing continuous, invisible work, and your fatigue is not failure. It's a fact of the time that you are in. You love your baby, truly, but you find yourself daydreaming about replying to emails, about wearing clothes with zippers, about solving problems that don't involve burping or swaddling. And then you spiral. What kind of mom misses spreadsheets? When your days are filled with the same repetitive task and your only feedback is crying or spit up, your intellectual self, the one that used to solving, presenting, leading, starts to go dormant. And if you're used to competent and valuable work, that dormancy feels like a loss. Research shows that the postpartum brain rewires, literally pruning and strengthening neural connections. It's adapting to nurture and protect. But that doesn't erase your pre-baby wiring. The part of you that thrived in structured, goal-oriented work still exists. It's just running quietly in the background while your caregiving systems are on high alert. We tell moms that they should be fulfilled by baby smiles alone. But fulfillment is personal. For high achievers, using your intellect, managing a project, or mentoring a colleague is as much a part of your identity as nurturing a child. Missing your work brain is not selfish. It's a signal that you're multifaceted, and there is no shame in wanting to feel like all of you again. It hits you in the pediatrician's office. See you back at 8 weeks. And suddenly, you're looking at your baby and the clock. How am I supposed to have this tiny person and function professionally? Return to work countdown anxiety is real. For many moms, it begins just a few weeks into leave. There's no clean handoff, no reorientation, just a vague expectation that at 6 or 8 or 12 weeks, you'll be back. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. Your endocrine system doesn't know the calendar. Progesterone, estrogen, and oxytocin levels are still stabilizing well into the 4th month postpartum. Your abdominal wall and pelvic floor may not have recovered full strength. Your sleep cycles are still erratic, and your brain may still be foggy from hormonal and cognitive overload. None of that matches the return to work timeline. When you don't feel ready, it's not a sign that you're uncommitted to your job or over-attached to your baby. It's a physiological mismatch. Your body and brain are still recovering, and the world is asking for performance. It's okay to want more time, and even if you can't get it, it's powerful to acknowledge it. That acknowledgement alone can help you create a softer landing, advocate for flexibility, and prepare emotionally for a transition that's often too abrupt. Before we keep going, I want to make sure you have something that every new mom needs. It's called the Mental Wellness Workbook, and it's a free tool I created to help you check in with your emotions and figure out what kind of support you might need without the shame or second guessing. It covers everything from baby blues to postpartum depression signs, plus includes reflection prompts and a wellness tracker you can use daily or weekly. You don't have to wait until you're not okay to care for your mental health. The link to download is right below. Grab it and keep it close. You're not working right now, but you're coordinating doctor's visit, managing feeding apps, calculating wake windows, tracking stool colors, trying to remember if you ate, and somehow also expected to answer, "How's the baby?" with a smile. Leaving work doesn't mean leaving stress. In fact, the cognitive demand often increases because now you're the full-time project manager of a brand new life without training, without a team, and without a break. Mental load refers to the invisible, anticipatory work of caregiving. For working moms, this load is even heavier because you're used to systems, delegations, clarity, and now you're navigating chaos, unpredictability, and constant decision making without feedback. That is mentally exhausting. When mom says they're tired, they're often referring to this kind of fatigue, not just physical, but cognitive. And because it's invisible, it's rarely validated. You're not imagining it, you're holding a lot. And just because the job title changed doesn't mean your capacity magically grew. If your brain feels full by 8 a.m., that's not personal failure, that's math. You catch your reflection and barely recognize her. You forgot your words mid-sentence. You start to wonder if your ambition, your edge, yourself disappeared in the baby fog. Maternity leave doesn't just shift your schedule. It can shake your entire sense of identity. For many women, it sparks a quiet realization. Who am I now, and where do I fit? Psychologists refer to this as matrescence, the process of becoming a mother. It involves emotional shifts, identity realignment, and role renegotiation. Just like adolescence, it's a profound, confusing, and often unsupportive developmental stage. And it doesn't end when your leave does. Without naming this process, many working moms return feeling fractured, like they have to split themselves between who I was and who am I supposed to be now. But really, it's about integration, letting the new self include all the past versions. You're not gone. You are in progress. And that's not something to fix. That's something to honor. Maternity leave is not a bubble. It's not a break. It's a critical, often unprotected transition where working moms are asked to show up as their best selves without being given the support to become them. But here's the good news. Being informed doesn't make you cynical. It makes you prepared. And you deserve to walk through this transition with clarity, self-respect, and support that actually fits the life you're building. If you want to know the 5 reasons you may not feel like yourself after birth, even when things look good on the outside, check the next video. I will teach you how to begin coming back to the version of yourself that feels strong, calm, and whole. Thank you for spending time with me today. Your postpartum journey deserves structure, strength, and compassion. And you're already taking powerful steps just by being here. If today's video clarified or encouraged you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join this growing community of moms Redefining Recovery. And if you're ready for deeper support and full recovery framework designed with your real life in mind, you'll find more details right below. I'm Sherry, and I will see you in the next one.